Sanibona balandeli emakhaya, ubathabile lona intombi yakashamase, and I am back again on Foritech Online TV, and that is proudly sponsored by Foritech IT Solutions. If you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button, like and comment. And also, please don't forget our sister TV, and that is Bonesheka TV. Right now, nginomphathi wohlelo, who is known as Mr. Kwabena Bonesheka. So please say hi to our viewers at home.
Hi viewers, I know you've missed my face. I think you're even bored about my same statement, but you've missed my face. You've missed my voice, and as she said in the local dialect, I'm the CEO of Foritech IT Solution and the CEO of the Foritech Online Television. She rightly said, subscribe to our channel, get the latest update. We're not like other YouTube channels. We're trying to educate people, not for fun or insult, but for people to know what is happening around the world. And you remember now, the world is a global world and everything is about YouTube. So please subscribe, hit on the notification button, and then Foritech will give you all the insight. Bye. Good morning, viewers. I'm here again.
So, guys, you know, once you see this face on the screen, you know it's the time with the CEO. It's all about learning new things, learning new techniques on how to hold yourself as a human being, and on how to like run businesses. So right now, I've got questions there. I didn't tell you this. I received questions from our viewers. They said all the time when you pop up on the screens, it's always about business. Yes, business, investments, and what so on. So they would like to know Mr. Kwabena himself. They would like to know Mr. Bonesheka himself. So one of the questions that they sent on our YouTube channels is that they want to know, like, what has been your biggest learning since becoming a CEO?
Yeah, they caught me off guard. I told always when you're gonna ask me about money because you know we are in difficult times, so people need to be educated about money and how to be successful. So you caught me off guard, but yes, though it's a fair question from the viewers and the listeners. You said what is my biggest?
What has been your biggest learning?
My biggest learning curve in my entire CEO-ship in Foritech. Okay. First and foremost, I've got some outline procedure I want to put for listeners and the viewers to listen. To become a CEO, first and foremost, you should know what you are aiming for. So I knew the challenges, the pros and cons of what I'm going to face. But on reality, remember, I learned it. So it's not the same as when you were in it. When I became the CEO, one of my biggest challenges was managing the personnel of my business. It's not easy. The in-house fight, the proposals, and all these things. Remember, people are coming with different dynamics. So, me becoming a CEO, that was my biggest challenge. The people that are working for me. It's not easy to manage human beings. Because remember, all behavior and characteristic traits are not the same. So, it was a big of a challenge, but lo and behold, I was able to sail through. Because remember, here, you get the softest part of your personnel. You get people who have got mood swings. You get people who have got problems at home. You get people who don't like your style of leadership. So all these people comes together to give you problems as a CEO. And here, this is where your leadership skills comes in. So those are my biggest challenge, managing the personnel in my business.
I'm sure what you've just said now, it's also going to raise another question to someone who is sitting out there watching us as to how do you even manage conflict? Because you work with people and different people who have like different personalities. How do you manage conflict?
When I was working with Department of Education, there's something when you want to become head of department, you have conflict management skills. So in your interview, they will ask you this question. So when you asked me, I was laughing because some of the questions that this question was asked me when I was going to vie for the position for head of department. Now listen, viewers, listen, and people out there who want to know how to manage conflict as a CEO or in your workplace, or even if you are not a CEO, this is my style. Please, before I proceed, all the views and objectives and opinion are coming from us, the host and the panelist, right? Sorry for dragging it because I was caught off guard. Also, it is not coming from Foritech IT Solution and Foritech Online. So we don't want people attacking the station. It is just coming from us. Now, to manage conflict, perfect. In conflict management, with my style, this is what I do.
Yes.
If I see that there's conflict in my personnel, my workers, I don't call a meeting. Those are old methodology of solving problems. When I said methodology is a way of dealing with issues, your procedure. Now, my strategy now, what I use is, I look at, let's say, 2 people are having issues, or 3 people are having issues among themselves. I call each and everyone and deal with the issues at stake. And then I quench down the issue that is booming in my company. Now, this is what I do. Let's say they are fighting among themselves about pertinent issues. On the narrative, let's say, Mr. A, I will call you and ask you, what is your position at the workplace? What are you here to do? Why are you having issues with
Mr. B.
Mr. B or Mr. C? The person will say, because of this. Okay, you are here to work. From today, do it this way. Your personal attitude towards Mr. B or Mr. C must be this way. You go with peace and see what will happen. And I'm done. Now I go to Mr. B. I vice versa. The same thing. Now what have I done? I have managed the anger where when the 2 of them clash, they will fight. I've told this one to be at peace with him or herself. This one to be at peace with him or herself. And at the bottom line, you see this one say, okay, what did this boss told me? Let me do what he's saying. Let me tell you. At the end of the day, it will clash. The peace will clash, and then it's solved without calling a meeting. This is how I manage my conflict at workplace. So my methodology is like that. I don't do the one I sit down. Those are archaic methodologies. I sit down. You say your own. Remember, issues will crop up in such a way that there might be exchange of words and even blows, of physical abuse, where at the end of the day, one might get hurt and you will be the center of attraction as a CEO. So that is not how I manage. Mine is what I've told you. Dealing with individual preferences and asking them to join. I'm not calling a meeting. Thank you.
Viewers at home, I hope you guys took down some notes, because Mr. Shaker himself has mentioned that at some point you need to remind people that you came to work to do 1, 2, and 3. People need to be reminded that when you come to work, you need to focus on your work and not focus on what the other person is doing. As long as it doesn't affect your work, then don't mind it. So I'm just going to take you back to Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that you grew up in Ghana. Yeah, and then you came here when you have blossomed. You were once a small flower, and your parents poured some water on you so that you can blossom to be a person that you are right now. So the next question is, do you have any secret talent that no one knows about it?
A lot of secret talent, but I have one massive secret talent that God gave me. It was in entertainment. I was a dancer. I've been a dancer all my life, from way back from primary to high school to the uni. And I was a very serious dancer. So the name Wonshika derived from my dancing skills. And I did not pursue it, not because it doesn't pay. It's because my father helped me to rediscover other talents that I have. The
Mm-hmm.
funny part is that God gave me a dynamic characteristics of behavior trait. I know my words are big. I said dynamic characteristics of behavior trait. So I have different. I'm a diverse. I have different talent. But the one that I was pursuing most was dancing. But the funny part, I was an, an A student, so I was doing science.
Mm-hmm.
And upon all my dancing skills, it never affected my education. So I picked up what was happening on the job market, and I switched from dancing, which I regret for now. But my age now, my bones are weak. I cannot even move anymore. People see me as an old man, and I switched from dancing to become a civil engineer and an IT person as well. So the secret talent that I was having when I was young, in my youthful or teenager age, was dancing.
Oh, okay, guys. Here is Mr. Poncheka telling more about himself, the other side that you didn't know about him. I also didn't know that he was once a dancer. It's only today. And thanks to the questions that you guys are sending to us. If it wasn't for your questions, I wouldn't even know that he was once a dancer. One last question from our viewers. What is the craziest thing that you have ever done? And be honest, please.
Oh, the craziest thing I've ever done is to take risk in business. I see it as the craziest thing.
No, say. Are you trying to tell me that all your life, even when you were growing, you have never done something crazy? That's what we want to know.
If talking of
Have
my
you
youthful or my
have you
infant
ever
age.
have you like I said, I wanna take you back to Ghana.
Oh, okay, for real.
Yes.
Yeah, the craziest thing when in my youthful or infant age that I did, that was, I see it as absurd and craziest, was
Please say.
okay. It's the first time I kissed a woman. I didn't know that kissing is just a normal thing. I think kissing is an act of making love. So when I kissed the woman, I went to tell my sister that the woman is pregnant. So my sister asked me, "How do you know the woman is pregnant?" I said, "I've kissed the woman." Because I was very green, I didn't know. So it was the craziest thing I've ever done.
I wasn't expecting that answer.
Why?
I wasn't expecting that answer. I just want to say, Mrs. Pets, it was not my intention.
No.
It was not my
No,
intention.
no.
I'm sorry.
My wife was. I was not married. I was very young, so it's always blossom in my mind that why was I thinking like that? And my sisters were laughing. How do you know? And the kiss was not even a deep kiss. It was a peg on the lips of the lady. And I kept on saying the lady is pregnant. So I see it as the craziest thing I've ever done. And I still regret it because my sister said, now you think you're a big boy. Those days you remember you used to say. So my daughter here, I always call you my daughter because you must understand that you are not even 30 years to become our 40s and 50. I'm 40 something. Sorry, I don't want people to know my age, but I'm 40 something. Now what I'm trying to say to you viewers is that I'm not trying to undermine my wife, but I'm saying the craziest thing I have ever done was to give a peg and assume that is what? Pregnancy.
Yeah, that's actually the craziest thing.
Very crazy, eh? And I don't want people to start laughing and putting it on Twitter faces and stuff like that. And I was worried for almost about 2 months. Wanted to share the story that I've made the lady pregnant, only to find out that my sister said, "You don't, because you only kissed the lady." Because of what? Lack of sex education. Now, to end, what I'm saying is that the young ones must be trained of sex education for them to understand. Some people don't even know that having sex unprotected sex can lead to certain diseases and all these things. So me saying that not to undermine my wife, but to say I see it as crazy. Thank you.
One thing about my CEO, in whatever fun thing that he's gonna say, one or two things will be very educative. So that's one thing I like about him. So say. One last question, and we're ending the show. It
Okay.
has been a fun interview,
Yeah, I know
actually.
they're kissing.
It has been a fun show, actually. So, what motivates you? What wakes you up in the morning and to do more and to do better?
That one, it's one thing, money. When I wake up in the morning and I think of Money,
Mm.
propel me to wake up. Now, why am I saying so? Um, People don't understand that the world revolves around money.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about people who are preaching. It's their own cup of tea. Even the pastors, if it's not money, they wouldn't set up a church. They wouldn't say, come and put
A type.
tithe or money into the offering bowl. So money makes me to wake up early in the morning. And I've got three things that propel me. Secondly, my kids. And thirdly, my 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 workers. These are the three people. Because I need to look for money to take care of them. Now let me tell you a story. To be successful, you need to mind your business. There's this story that I always tell my kids. My father told me that there was this wise man who called his son and said, go to the market and buy spinach. Because spinach is going to be short at the market. They are going to run out of spinach. And he said to his son, when you get to the market, focus on the spinach and bring it back because people are rushing to buy them. We might not get it. When the son got to the market, he saw that there were snails and crabs displayed on the floor and people were watching. It was amusing and fascinating in the sense that he then abrogated or forgot what the father said to him. He started focusing on the snail and the crab until whatever he was looking for, he saw it. When he realized himself that, no, I've been asked to buy spinach. When the spinach was what? Finished.
Oh no.
And then he went back home. Didn't know what to say. Then the father said to him, my son, where is the spinach? Daddy, the spinach, when I got there, it was finished. He didn't know that the father, because he was delaying, the father had gone behind his back to buy the spinach. Saw the son watching the snail and the crab. The father said, my son, sorry, sit down. Then the father cooked. When the father cooked, there was no stew, they were going to use the spinach. The father gave him the main diet. Let's say pap with no spinach. The father came with a pap and his spinach. The father said, Daddy, where did you get the spinach? I said, no. When you went to the market, you did not focus on your spinach. You focused on your snail and your crab. And you told me that there was no spinach. So because there's no spinach, focus on the main diet. You know what it means? Regardless of what you do in life, focus on what you are doing. Don't sway or move from what you are intended to do because obstruction will let you go down in life. Now what happened? The boy did not get the spinach. So he ate the food without spinach. In the same way, you might not achieve your aim because you are focusing on what others are doing. Focus on yourself. Thank you.
That's actually a good one. I usually tell people that, you know what, just drink your water and mind your own business. Because if you don't mind your own business, you will stop focusing on the most important things that are happening in your life and put the focus to the next people. And it's not going to help you with anything because once you shift the focus to other people, it won't do any justice to you. So, viewers at home, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe. like and comment. Tell us what you think about our CEO. Tell us what you think about all our channels. Whatever that is on your mind, please do share it with us. For now, it's Batabile, your girl, and Mr. Boncheka himself. Peace and cheers. Bye.